And introducing yourself, like we talked about before. There's being transparent, there's being naked. If you're not authentic, if you're still not transparent, if you're just, oh, buy this, or oh, I am this, I am that, I parted the Red Sea while giving the Gettysburg Address, while dancing in Moulin Rouge, or something just completely ostentatious or not believable. Not only will you not engage the readers, you're just going to look like a fool.
It sounds like an oxymoron, but people like the humanity inside the technology.
You can even create a character. You can even write in the perspective of a certain character or a pen name or something. But there's still, try to keep to earth unless it's a sci-fi blog. And once again, all I'm doing is that there's rules to blogs, and then you realize that there are no rules.
People feel better when they can relate to the person that's writing the post, as opposed to just reading what's there, and being pitched to or being preached to. Okay, you gotta buy my product. Yes.
I had started a blog about 6 months ago, not knowing what I was doing, but I just wanted to learn more about it.
Okay.
And the writing for your readers, I think, is really important, but I got very frustrated because I couldn't get readers. So do you have, I found it took a lot of time on my part to get connected with other blogs that were similar to mine, and I posted blogs that I follow, but I still could not generate, right.
You can use, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, you can use other social media platforms concurrently. Like I have, there's a service called FriendFeed. It was recently acquired by Google, where you can feed a bunch of social media stuff. So I have like my YouTube account going in there, my blogs, my Delicious, all these kinds of media things into one feed, and then I feed that feed into my Twitter. So every time I make a blog post update, it'll post it in my Twitter. So people, if they see my tweet, they can click on the link and go to my blog. Same way with other social media things. You can have it post on your blog post on your Facebook. So people on your Facebook page will say, oh, so-and-so wrote a new blog post, and they can read it there. So those are other ways that you can help broaden and strengthen your readership.
May I ask what you were writing about?
A little bit of it. I didn't find a niche, so that was another thing.
And there was that. There was also the difference between writing for your readers and writing for readership. If you're trying to be a professional reader, then you're going to want to research, see what blog topics are popular, like product reviewing or review blogs are popular, because you can write one full page, and then we're going to talk about SEO here in a moment. But that page, you don't have to save it for the day. People might not read it that day, but as you continue to build your blog up, as you continue to build posts up, because as you get a couple hundred posts, you start getting pages, you start getting content, search engines and search engine bots will be able to start crawling, going, wow, this thing is active. And they'll continue to go. Like we spent the last year and a half building up one of our product blogs that Asking the Team Network went to the point where a year when it started, Google would take a couple days to find it, up to 3 weeks to find a post. And now we've continue to put so much effort into it that Google comes back and crawls it and indexes it in their index in about 15 minutes. We got to the point where I was writing one night because we were in a rush to try to beat competitors to market with a product, and somehow I had accidentally pushed the publish button. I have no idea how I did it. I don't remember doing it, and I went back through it and I finished writing the post 15 minutes later, and I realized, oh my gosh, I pushed the publish button, and I probably used saltier language, but that's another story for another day. And I went to go check, oh, tell me not, and it already had indexed before I'd even finished and saved, And so now I was stuck because I put a spelling mistake in it. I was stuck for the next 4 days with a spelling mistake in my post because it had already published, and I was like, so there's a difference. If there's a certain thing, because I've got two philosophies going with two carpenters' house worth of blogs right now. One is to write for the day. One is to do reviews and to even bash a little bit. And one is to write so people are reading that day. And I have another one set up where if that day comes and the books get edited and I start trying to get published, that it is set more like archived. So like people won't read it necessarily one of my blogs today, but if I actually got published and people go to it, people will go back and read it. So there's kind of a temporal function. Do you want them to read now? Is there a certain goal you're going towards? Is your goal readership today, or is your goal coming back and finding it tomorrow? Because when you write that post, you write that page is out there. That page has got keywords, and we'll talk about a little bit about optimization. It is there, it is there today, it is there tomorrow. It'll be indexed. It can be found. It doesn't necessarily disappear because it's not on the first page of your blog anymore. Any other questions? Yes?
When any of you guys buy a pair of shoes, buy a TV, whatever, tell me what you do before, during, and after the purchase.
Go for it, Rahsaan.
And I'm not suggesting it's just electronic. Just tell me what you do when you buy something before, during, and after.
Well, I'll give you an example. When I bought a television, I was trying to figure out what I want, trying to figure out, where would I get reviews at. So what I did was I went to CNET, actually, CNET.com, which is kind of like a, blog slash, review. It has tons of different information on there. It has like head-to-head peer reviews. Went in there, saw the prices, saw what they had on there, and I said, oh, I made a list of the television that I wanted. Then after I did that, I went ahead and actually put a message on Twitter, said, okay, has anybody heard of this television? Does anybody know any reviews, or what TV should I buy? They gave me some more, I went ahead and checked and see if there were any blogs about problems and stuff like that, and utilized that. The Twitter account really didn't give me much information, because people just gave me some random, oh, get this, get that, get stuff that's way out my means, or, but at the same time, it's still, feedback that you're getting. So you have to figure out a way how you're going to filter this information out. So I went ahead and said, oh, I think I bought an LG LG LCD. It was a 47-inch actually. Found it on sale for $1,000, which at the time when I bought it, they were like going for like I saved like $600 off of it, just because.
You found it on sale again online?
I saw it on. Actually, I went to Best Buy. Somebody said, "Hey, check this out. Maybe some sales on it." It was one of the.
You physically went to a store?
Yeah, I actually physically went to a store, because I just like actually going there and look at it so you can see it. So it's kind of like we're going to have a section too, like bringing it offline. Sometimes that you have to make the extra step, say, okay, let me go back and go to it. But I went ahead and checked it out, got it, and when I got done with it, I was like, oh, this TV is awesome. Went ahead and blogged about my new purchase, and told people, hey, I got this new TV. So it's kind of like the, I used to compete. Everybody likes to do research, and you want to, if you're going to go to a new restaurant, you ask your friends, hey, have you ever been here? This way I have, tons of friends, some that I might have met in person, who can help me out a little bit, and I'm still going to make the decision on my own, but it helps me make a more informed decision. I, still love my television. I'm thinking about getting a smaller one just so my wife doesn't kick me off the TV all the time.
Wuss.
But that's not a wuss.
No,
But
a part I didn't hear, and maybe you just
might have
get
skipped
to it. But, so I'm selling the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as interested as your electronic networking, talking about how great the TV is, as it is. I went to Best Buy at 103 Main Street in Valpo, and the service was great.
Well,
Prices were great. The follow-up was great.
Actually, I've been to, and I won't say I haven't done that as much for maybe an electronics store, because sometimes I do go to like the big box place, or something like that. But if I go to a place that have excellent service, like me and Nichole, one time we were coming back from Indianapolis from a design conference, a design workshop, and we went to, what is it called? Taste of India off of 30. And the food was like awesome, very good. And first thing we did while we were at the restaurant, we both tweeted about how good the restaurant was, told people where it's at and things of that sort, blogged about it. And sometimes when you do have that exceptional service, people want to, I think now with social media, people are more want to brag about the cool finds they have. Like if I went up there and bought something from you and I was like, oh, this is an awesome place, people need to hear more about it. Or you have heard us about 20 times today mention Evelyn Bay. It's because I went up there for a tweet up actually, which we'll probably get onto later on too. And the place was beautiful, the food was good, and the people I met, the service was impeccable. So, half the time today we said Evelyn Bay, Evelyn Bay, Evelyn Bay. It can be the same in your case. Somebody goes to, what is it, flooring and windows. So somebody does flooring windows. You did a great job. You're almost guaranteed that, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. Yeah, and
so if I went on Twitter and searched Taste of India, your tweets would.
It will probably
it
should
Granted, it was a couple weeks ago, so they might be kind of buried in the
Depending on how
But I'll probably be going there in like a week or two again, so I'll probably tweet about it again. And I even took photos, and there's so many different things you can do it. So.
It's a nice place.
But it's almost the same thing. Somebody will go up there. It's bragging. People love to brag about cool stuff. If you meet a new person, you think, man, this is the most awesome person in the world. You tell somebody else, hey, this person's awesome. You buy a new TV, hey, let me brag about my television. You go get a great job on your floors and your windows, you're going to say, hey, Mr. Johnson did an awesome job.
Like my mom, who's getting ready to leave, and that's depressing me so right now. It's when she went to look for a new washer, and I guess the moral of this story in advance is going to be, you can go, I don't care. Do what you need to do. Guilt factor now.